Hello guys, it's your boy Mark here again, and I've just created some content, but that was promotion video. That was a bit of promotion for my girlfriend, because again, check out this video, you will see that she's going to podcast there. But this one, I'm going to do for myself. So, without further rotation, let's get into the video. So, what I'm going to say to you is, I've been watching a lot of football many years. Because football was my life. I love football, anything about football. But at the start of this season, and I've looked at every team, like what's happened to Everton? Like what's happening to them? Because literally, the first 3 games, like especially the last game, like Bournemouth, Bournemouth are a good team, yeah. I'm not dissing them. I'm not going to go about them because Bournemouth are a very good team. However, when you're 2-0 up and Bournemouth score 3 goals in about 5-10 minutes, that is not good, right? That is, to me, that's relegation. Right? That deserves relegation. And I know the fans are going to come at me and say, you're wrong, but it is. If you are 2-0 up and you lose 3-2, you should be relegated. You're not going to make it in this league. Because this is that's how it works. Like Premier League is very dog eat dog world, and if you can't go with the best, you're gonna get beat every week, right? That's the first thing. Second thing is teams like Ipswich. I've watched 2 of their games. I watched the one against Man City, which, to be fair, they did score first. However, Man City are a league of their own, right? I didn't expect anything. They did well. After the second half, I'll credit where it's due. They shored up that defence, and City didn't get through again. City scored again, but they did. When City scored 3 goals in the space of 5 minutes, everyone thought this is going to be 6 or 7. But at the second half, Ipswich came out and they shored up the defence. So that's good actually. If you can do that, that's good. A lot of teams would have capitulated and just dropped the Reds, but they didn't. So Ipswich, I think they're going to stay up. Then you've got teams like, what other team came up? Leicester City, again, poor. They had some good results, but poor results. Draw against Tottenham, that's a very good result. Losing, I think they lost to Fulham, was it? No, lost to Villa 2-1. Now, Villa are a good team, but they did well to score a goal, they did well to get 2-1. So I think Leicester will be okay. I think it'll be hard for them because there's a lot of good teams out there, but I think they'll be alright. Now, you've got a lot of teams that came up. Southampton, right? Again, they tried to play it from the back. Now, when we saw teams like Norwich do it when they came up and they tried to play from the back, they got lamped every week. Sheffield United last year got lamped every week, because to play it from the back, you need quality. You need a level of quality. I mean, I'm not saying you need to be, the best centre back in the world, but you need a level of quality where you can play it from the back, confidence, and you need the players around you to be able to do it. Now, no disrespect to Southampton. I don't mean any disrespect when I say this, but they haven't got the quality. That's there. They're good, but they haven't got the quality of players back. Now, what Southampton should do is find a different style, because the Premier League, if you can't play from the back, teams like Man City, teams like Arsenal, teams like Liverpool, they will rip you to shreds, right? Because if you they look how many mistakes they made because they tried to play from the back and it cost them dearly. And in the Premier League, you make mistakes, you're going to be punished, right? There is no doubt about it. And then you get teams like, see, West Ham, my team, Ireland. Come on, you. And West Ham, they got a good manager, right? He managed Wolves for a little bit, good manager. He left Wolves because he didn't get what he wanted in terms of money. He wanted to spend money, Wolves didn't have it, so he left. Now at West Ham, I've watched 2 games live. I've gone to watch 2 West Ham games, and they've played some amazing football. They've played good passing play, they press, they've got a good players, good foundation. You know what I mean? He's building the team he wants. Now with the team he's got, I would expect European Conference League next year. That's what I would expect as a West Ham fan. I'm not been a long West Ham fan. I'm going to get more into it, but as I say, that's what I would expect. with the team of quality he's got, especially Mohamed Kudus, like that guy is on smoke. Like literally, that guy is on a mad one. And if West Ham will need European football next year, otherwise they will lose him, because that is what it is. The quality of this player. If they don't get any kind of European football, he's gone. You'll get the big dogs and he'll go, because unfortunately nobody's bigger than the team. But if you're that good of a player and your team's not getting where you want them to be, it's hold back your like Kilman, great example. He was great for Wolves, great defender. However, he left Wolves because he wanted England call up. He's 27. He's at the peak of his career, in his prime, and he wants to get an England call up. Now, the best way for him to do that is play for a team like West Ham, because West Ham are a team that they're bigger than Wolves, and they are, right? So he's more likely to be more noticed than what he is at Wolves. Not only that, he can play it from the back. He's a good player. He used to play futsal. He can play it from the back, and as he said, he made an amazing pass last week to Bowen against Crystal Palace. That's the kind of thing he can do. At times, yes, he makes mistakes, but every centre back does. But as I say, you watch football like I've watched football for years, and it's changed. Like I said, Man City have won 4 titles in a row, and the reason why they've done that, and this is another thing that really gets on my nerves, people will complain and they'll say, Man City won the league because they spent the money. Man City done this. Right. I mean, look how much money Chelsea have spent. Billions, right? And nobody cares. If Chelsea was to win the league every season for the next 4 seasons, then everybody would be like, oh, they cheated, they've brought the league. But because they can't, because they're buying the wrong players, having the wrong foundation, and they're not fixing up, nobody cares about it. Nobody's crying about it, no one's saying anything. But if they was to win the league 4 times in a row or whatever, everyone would say something. And this is what I'm saying. Like, people not only select Man City because Man City have invested properly and correctly and got the right players for their team, and instead of buying 10 players, they've just brought 1 or 2 players to shore up their team. And this is what I mean. If every club had the money that Man City had, they'd all do the same thing. Everyone would. It's FFP that's stopping people. Financial fair play that is stopping people. If they could, they would. Right? And this is the point. If your team had the money, if West Ham had that money, Man City, and they could spend it, do you think I'd be going mad? No, because it's what it is. If your team's got money, they've got money, why not spend it? In real life, if you've got money and you want to buy something that you want, you're going to buy it because you've got money, you've earned it, go spend it. That's West Ham's owners, that's Man City's owners, they've got the money, they have only right to spend it the way they want to. Now, people are getting it twisted and moaning, mostly Man United fans, because rivals, and this is the problem with football, it's too bitchy. Like, it doesn't matter, if with Man City, the way they play football is unreal, right? And the thing is, you can't slate them. You can't say they've paid what the league, because you could, like Chelsea, you could buy as many players as you want and they don't gel, they don't work, they're not playing together well. That's the thing. Man City have brought players over the seasons and they've worked well, they gel really well, and that's why they dominate the Premier League. Arsenal are the only ones that I can see that are close enough to City, but they're still not there. And the reason why I say that is because they've still got issues of their own. They're not quite, I wouldn't say they're close, but I wouldn't say they're like City level yet. Liverpool tried to go toe to toe with City. They did well, but then they dropped. And this is the thing, to go toe to toe with Man City, it's not just about having money, it's investing correctly, it's also playing good football. Arsenal playing really good football, but when it comes to Man City, after Christmas, say that City was like 10 points behind, City would claw that back, City would dominate and get that league back. Arsenal don't have that in them to claw it back. They'd be 10 points behind, and City, Arsenal would capitulate and just leave it. Whereas that's the thing, City are hungry. Even if City won 4 trophies, they're hungry. Erling Haaland, even if he scores 50 goals next season, he'll score 60 because he's hungry. I just think Arsenal lack the hunger. But anyway, thank you guys for listening to this video. I know it's very long, but I appreciate it. Just a bit of football talk. And if you want to see more of this, please leave a like, follow me. And this has been your boy Mark. See you later. Goodbye.